Hello everyone and welcome to our coffee break webinar, Your Perfect Day to Blend TaxBandits bulk uploads and integrations. We will be taking a thorough look at the bulk upload process, providing insights into the best practices and troubleshooting, and we'll even share more information about the many integrations that we support with popular accounting software providers. My name is Christina, and we at TaxBandits are excited to help you stay informed and IRS compliant. If you have any questions during the presentation, please add them to the chat. If you're unable to see the webinar in full screen, please try clicking the square in the upper right of the webinar to enlarge the view. And as a reminder, TaxBandits is an IRS authorized e-file provider. While we love to talk about taxes and have years and years of experience, we are not tax advisors. If you need assistance with preparing returns or any other specific questions, please consult a certified tax preparer or the IRS. So what's on the menu today? We will quickly recap the January 31st deadlines. We'll look at how to bulk upload data, the best practices and troubleshooting, and integrating with accounting softwares. We'll also have a brief Q&A at the end, so stick around. But before we get started, we'll take a quick look at using the GoToWebinar toolbar.
Hello, thanks for joining today's webinar. You can enlarge your screen for the optimal viewing experience using these buttons. You can also click the arrow here to view the hidden menu. The section at the very bottom will twirl out a menu that allows you to ask questions for the host to answer. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this webinar.
Let's begin by reviewing some major filing deadlines for your business or your clients' businesses that are coming up this January. Form W-2 for reporting employees' wages and withholdings to the SSA is due January 31st, 2024. Employee copies must also be distributed by this date. IRS 94X payroll tax forms like Form 941, 940, 943, 44, and 45 are all due January 31st. And there are even 1099 series forms used when reporting certain types of payments made during the course of doing business that have January 31st deadlines. For example, the Form 1099 NEC used to report non-employee compensation must be e-filed and the recipient copies must be distributed by January 31st. Form 1099 Miscellaneous, reporting miscellaneous income, also has a January 31st recipient copy distribution deadline. So, bulk uploading your data and where to start. When bulk uploading your data, it's best to begin with uploading your clients or your businesses to your address book. It's as easy as downloading our template, completing it, and uploading that completed copy to your TaxBandits account. You can then either bulk upload recipients and the address book, or you can bulk upload those recipients at the same time that you file your forms. Once your entities are in your address book, you can bulk upload your staff members. Bulk uploading the staff members all at once using the template saves you time, and you can even assign their role directly in the template. Once you've uploaded the completed copy, your staff will receive an email inviting them to set their password and sign in. The next step is bulk uploading form details. You or your staff will choose the form that they need to file, select bulk upload, and download the template. From here, you're able to complete and upload the completed copy of the form. If you're bulk uploading using the TaxBandits template, here are a few tips to make sure that your bulk upload is seamless. Use the Excel or CSV template downloaded from your TaxBandits account. Don't edit or adjust column headers, tabs, or the file name of the TaxBandits bulk upload template. Essentially, you'll just be adding the recipient details, the form details, or if you're uploading clients or staff, you're adding their details. You're not editing or adjusting the template itself. It's also wise to follow the instructions provided on the template. These instructions are typically things like IRS character limits, characters that are acceptable in certain fields, and they'll help you make sure that the bulk upload is quick and easy. One of our newer features, the Smart Upload, is a fantastic solution if you already have your own form details in your own Excel or CSV file. With the Smart Upload, simply make sure that your or your client's data is complete with a header row and upload the file to your TaxBandits account. Smart Mapping allows your custom template, again for your business or your client's business details, form details, to be mapped onto Form 1099. Integrations are another great way to minimize data entry and maximize your time during the filing season. TaxBandits is integrated with Sage Intacct, QuickBooks, Xero, FreshBooks, and Zoho Books. As you can see, we've linked our video guides for each of these integration solutions on our slides, and you all will receive a copy of the slides and the recording after the webinar today. But now that you're familiar with all of the ways to get your data into TaxBandits, let's take a look at that newest option, the Smart Upload. You'll begin by simply signing into your TaxBandits account at taxbandits.com. And from here, you'll select to start a new form. You'll see the full list of forms that TaxBandits supports. And for today, we'll look at the 1099 NEC. Next, you'll select the tax year that you're filing for and how you're importing your data into your TaxBandits account. As you can see, data can be manually added, bulk uploaded, or you can utilize any of our integration options. For today, we'll go with, again, that Smart Upload. So we're just going to choose to upload details like normal. We'll select the business or client that we're filing for. We'll get a quick preview of that client's form details, and we can update if needed. Otherwise, we'll save and continue. TaxBandits completes USPS address validation to help you make sure that the payer and recipient addresses are valid. And next up, we can either download a copy of the TaxBandits template, or we can upload our own file. So let's take a quick look at my custom template. This is not a TaxBandits template. This is just a sheet with a header row and some form details that we'll use to look at that Smart Upload today. As you can see, I just have one header row that has the name, TIN. It's just specifying what each of those columns is, and that's really for my reference. And then I have the recipient and form information. As long as I have all of the form details that I need on my forms in my template and I have the header row, we'll go ahead and save this as an Excel file and head back over to TaxBandits. From here, you can either select the file from your computer under Upload Data, or you can drag and drop it like so. We'll continue, and if you ever need to update existing forms, you can overwrite. If you need to create additional forms for the same recipients, you can create a new form. And next up, we'll get a quick video just showing us how this Smart Upload feature works. As you can see on the right, we have any columns that were not automatically mapped and columns that were mapped by default. As you can see, box 1, our recipient name, there are a few things that just because they are not similar enough to the form name, they aren't mapped up automatically, versus like the address, the city, the state, these fields have automatically mapped because our header row was close enough to the actual form field name. So for things like our recipient name, we'll go ahead and select from the drop-down menu one of these unmapped columns. So that's going to be our vendor name. And you can see now we have that option pinned. For non-employee compensation, we'll see our NEC amount was the header in my template. For federal income tax withheld, you can see that's already mapped. And then because my template contained a lot of extra rows in my blank sheet, we can see these are all just unnamed columns that we really don't need to do anything with. They're not form details. So we can take another look at all of our mapped columns. It looks like everything's there. We can take another look at our payer information, our amounts, our recipient details, and once we are sure everything looks good, we'll continue to our preview. At this point, you'll see the blue information is what's populated on the forms. You can view up to the first 10 records, and if everything looks good, we'll continue to import. At this point, TaxBandits will show you the total number of records in your form, the total number that successfully created forms, and then any with errors. And we will have another webinar later on in our series, in our coffee break series, where we will dive into correcting those errors and the next steps in that 1099 filing process. For today, we are going to head on back over to our presentation, and we will start our Q&A. So go ahead, if you haven't already, put your questions in that chat box. We'll be reviewing those, and we should have time for 2 or 3 before we move forward. Okay, our first question is, as long as I have the column in my template, I'll be able to map it where I need it when I smart upload, right? Okay, so I think I understand. So as long as you have the column completed with the form details, so whether it's the recipient name or a column that represents a box of the form with amounts or other information, that column will show up in the smart upload. So you'll be, even if it's not mapped automatically, you will be able to see the header name for that column and then map it on your form. Our next question is, why would I upload recipients into the address book instead of uploading them when I file, since everything is going to be in the template at one time? And that's a great question. The main benefit to going ahead and adding those recipients into your address book is TIN matching. One of the most common errors with information returns is the name and TIN combination not matching. So by going ahead and uploading those recipient details to your address book, you can complete TIN matching on the name and TIN combinations, and it gives you a chance to update anything that it's not matching the IRS records before you file. Otherwise, it is convenient just to upload with your form details, so it's totally customizable. And I think we have time for one more. Will you have a demo going through the full filing process? Yes. So we have a few more webinars in our coffee break series. So make sure to register for those. You can go to TaxBandits.com and register for those under our webinars page, but make sure not to miss them. And we'll go through the full 1099 filing process, as well as some of our other features that will make the filing season a lot easier on you and your team. Thank you all so much for joining us. Like I said, make sure to catch the other installments in our coffee break series. If you've missed any so far, they are on our YouTube channel. Our next coffee break is Prep for the Tax Season Grind, e-filing FAQs answered. So like I said, you can register for that now at taxbandits.com/webinar. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us. And if you don't already have a TaxBandits account, head on over to taxbandits.com and create one now.